Hello and welcome back. We are just about ready to get into map number 2, as you can see here on the server between Blink and Copenhagen Flames. If you are just joining us, as you can see in the top right, to keep you updated throughout the map, it was Copenhagen Flames taking the victory on their opponent's map choice of Ancient. 16-13, a little close in the end, right? But you do have to bear in mind, Copenhagen Flames, they were down 1-6 in the beginning. So a pretty steep run back from them overall, right? And that was on the CT side where you expect most of the rounds to come up. So they do a really good job on their T side of running it back, taking the victory. And there were some weird moments in the final few rounds as well that I suppose can lead to it being a bit closer. But we're here on Overpass, their pick, starting on the T side. We do have a bit of an idea of a set round. It looks like the aggression coming forward from GXX. He spots out Xiphon. P250 raid boss will be left alone for now, though. Just a bit of tit for tat on both sides of the equation. Smoke over towards heaven. Couple flashes to go, and the contact B coming in. Synopsy nearly losing his head, but he finds one before falling. Two quick kills traded back. Too high at the back of the site. The chaos is here once again. It's Xiphon with that P250, though. He's looking to find a bit of normalcy. 2 versus 2 on the retake here, Retro. It's been absolutely non-stop for a few moments here, but it does seem we have a slight little respite before the T's start pushing forwards. No real space for me to throw over because no one has stopped holding W so far. It seems like Yabi finds that first, but he will not win out in the end. It's going to be the round going the way of Blink.
So I mate, take a breath now. We're all right. I know that round was pretty wild. Again, as we expected, straight out of Ancient and into this one. As you said, right, there is not a moment of rest. There is always a kill in the feed from the moment it started to the moment it ended. So, yeah, absolutely so. Being Copenhagen Flames' map pick, obviously not the best way to start, but we only anticipate the best for them. Starting on the T side, you know, your golden numbers probably 6. And then, of course, when you head onto that CT, things get slightly easier for you. Second round, and of course, with the bomb plant comes a great chunk of cash. 1 AK, 2 gills, a scout and a deagle. They are not afraid to face frontally into this one. 3 M41Ss and 2 FAMSs though on the Blink side. No SMGs to try and, you know, capitalize maybe off the close range areas of the map. It's just rifles across the board to see if they can pull off any damage and establish that early lead. Something that Copenhagen Flames failed to do ahead of them, the opponent's map pick.
Slow moves here. Copenhagen Flames looking, and you know, they have a good chance of getting this reset round. Molotov over the top. Small burst from Yabi, but you know, he doesn't have too much support, so he doesn't want to go too deep. Really just playing the field right now on the Copenhagen Flames side. Flash over the top, sends that AK in a little deeper every time, but passive angles from Blink, they're really not taking, you know, too many chances here, at least on B. Now on A, we've got GXX for a wide swing, and maybe this is what they were after, you know, someone getting a little giddy. And Nico Odos hits a clean headshot and a quick spray down onto Galito. 5 on 3, opens up the round and opens up the map.
But more importantly, he's just here as the human decoy. Everyone's moving back down towards B. He's trying to sell the rotate. Synopsy's gone, and now Too High has to move up. But instead, they're out towards B, flocking out in numbers. Nikodos has a great flank, and he'll be screaming at his teammates, guys, just don't take the fight. I'm on the flank. But they're already going for it. Roy finds one. Cali will find his second in the round. But Nikodos with his 4-piece. Very nicely done. And Copenhagen Flames, they'll find themselves there first. Great adventures from him, and he shall be rewarded for it. Really nice job with the scout. But to transition to the M4 and then barter another 3 kills after here, Scriv, Blink look just as disjointed, if not worse, than what they did heading out of Ancient.
That's not what you want to hear. No, no, no. That's definitely not what you want to hear, dude.
No, sir.
Oh, my goodness. Retro has laid down the gauntlet there for Blink, so we're going to have to see if they can maybe prove him a bit wrong, but I'm kind of siding with you. I do feel that this map, you know, they've played it like a couple times, maybe? I'm just kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let me have a look. Oh, they've not played it at all. Okay. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all, guys. So,
GG, thanks for watching.
Yeah, maybe.
Hope you had a good day.
It's early days. It's early days, right? And we've got to give them a chance. I think on Ancient, one of the things they were able to do really well is is play very loosely, play without structure, and play this super aggressive kind of stuff. Rely on the individuals, right? That was the key thing that we kept saying about them time and time again, relying on the individuals. But there's really not going to be as much comfort here, right? You can get GXX out, you can maybe get him activated. It's certain, you know, he's going to be comfortable with the map as an individual, but as a team, it's very difficult, man. They have no experience here at all. You know, like I said, I just kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't one of the main maps they've been focusing on trying to make work, but also not one of the permabans. It seems like they need to be playing some more best of ones. The best of threes, right, are pretty rough. So we'll see here. We will see. Of course, it starts terribly, right? One of the things that you want on a map that you're not super comfortable with is to get a bit of confidence, get a bit of control. And they get it there in the pistol, but it's ripped away in the worst possible way with a force buy win in that second round. So they're now sitting on the CT side, no money. We've talked about it before. Do you go for this force buy or whatever? Because we'll see them eco now. So that's going to be another round for Copenhagen Flames. And then we'll see them come in with a pretty weak rifle buy. So potentially another round for Copenhagen Flames. So really, really, really scary times ahead for Blink if they just can't get any wind in their sails.
Oh, the nade battle.
Way!
Galito, there you go, mate. Fire! And then he's hit it. Nicely done, but look at the HP bars here of Blink. Of course, these AK should be quite quick to mow them down. Ooh, Ding coming in. Siphon taking 8 points of health through the wall with the silenced pistol. No James Bond antics here. Mac 10 could be looking for some serious Wonga. Hooksy gonna pick up one, and well, I think it's safe to say with the HP bars and what have you, this round is all but done. Scriv, I have some trivia for you. All right, you know me, a man of factual statements. Last time Blink won, it was 16-13 in the Pinnacle Falls Series 3, right? And that was on the 17th of November. Now, the last time Blink, the name, played, it was when they were on their hot streak, right? Rigon, Synopsy, Scenari, GXX1, Flatro. So that was the last time we saw Blink as an org play Overpass, and they got 16-9'd by Movistar Riders. And then the time before that, 3rd of December, just to, you know, ease yourself into the Christmas break, they lost 16-5 to none other than Copenhagen Flames. So, you know, if you want to sort of read between the lines and maybe, you know, as you said, with this specific roster, no history, but, you know, want to relate to what was the supposed better rendition of Blink.
Yeah.
They got absolutely hammered on the Copenhagen Flames previously. So I think, yeah, the lack of experience is we sort of quick to pick up on, and on top of that as well with Copenhagen Flames probably thinking they got away with robbery on map 1 after how it went. I think it's safe to say, you know, they're basically putting the nail within the coffin and going, guys, smooth sailing. As you said, Blink are going to come into this round with a force buy, but if we can jump over this hurdle, like, this is basically the 100-meter sprint to halftime success. And so for them, just about consistency. It doesn't have to be great, but it's got to be good enough.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. It just kind of, I think what you're getting at, there's very little foundation to work off of, right? It's not like GXX and Synopsy can go, you know, here's the playbook. You can be Juan Flatro, you can be Rigon, you know, it's very, very difficult. They don't have very much to work with. So, yeah, really not looking too good. GXX tries to go for a fast one on that Mac 10 that he recovered. Doesn't happen for him. Siphon going to take him down. Early opener for Copenhagen Flames. Exactly what they wanted. And as touched on multiple times now, we got a molly and a flash. That's it for Blink. And this, I would say, is one of the heavier utility maps in the game, right? Whether that's keeping them at bay, whether that's going for retake. So really, really going to be tough in this final minute of round number 5.
Yeah, as you said, mate, util was a big problem when you go for the weak buy. Yes, your rifles couldn't look good, but of course it's the material that you have behind it, right? That utility, you know? The thing that probably makes up 80% of this game. And so, for Blink, having only that molly and said flash, probably not the best way to go about it. And Copenhagen Flames have done really well to hold their belt, right? 30 seconds left on the clock. A plethora of smokes and mollies that can be used across the board. Probably not the lives, though. Hooksy just about escaping with his life. Will find a bit of tag damage. Unfortunately, though, big Blink here have been hit with a bit of a switcheroo, because although, Yes, you found the kill out towards A. Unfortunately, guys, you have no defenders towards B. And where you have had a defender, Zyphon's put his bullets exactly where he stands. Cali, he'll fall. Nikodos will find a trade with the AWP bomb. Set down with just a few seconds to spare. 2-on-3 retake. A couple of these players are low, so it is a bit more manageable. We'll have to wait and see. Nikodos, his AWP not connecting that second shot, but looking for his second frag. As finally, he'll put a stop to this one. Roy, he has got 40 points of health. Synopsy reloading, pushing forward, needs the headshot. And Roy just about has it covered. Copenhagen Flames, 4 casualties, but they have found themselves their 4th. Blink's money not looking too good either. So by the skin of their teeth, they do pick this one up. And of course, the collateral damage, the domino effect afterwards, is that Blink are going to be in a horrific position to try and pull this back and tie things up.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. They definitely do, I think, give themselves a little bit of that confidence that we were talking about, though. So, proving they can bring it close, but at the same time, from our perspective, that's probably like, yeah, you know, keep at it, guys. But it's a bit disheartening, isn't it? You're already a map down. You come very close. It doesn't work out. What more can I do? Is maybe what they're saying here across the board, to be fair, on the Blink side of things. So, we'll see. Half by. Coming into this round, Seagulls in a bit of armor. So far, not going well. 2 quick kills for that T side. They're taking it nice and easy. Synopsy for a second makes us believe he could have maybe found a few more heads. A dirty little angle, but dealt with quickly. Nice flash throws him off his game. So 4-on-2, Galito and GXX. GXX on a quick flank. This is going to be heard in just a sec. Here you go. Okay, there we go. He does indeed hear him. Maybe a little bit late, but all good in the end. Galito now the only one.
So, there you go. I mean, as we said, probably not the best of times for Blink to pick up their second, and quite nicely illustrated by the Copenhagen Flames boys. I think it was nice to see some punctuality with the AWP, you know, not trying to bash him at all, his grid, you know, not trying to dunk him on the stream, but as we know, Copenhagen Flames haven't been looking their hottest in recent times, so against a team like Blink, admittedly, you know, it's a little bit like a shooting gallery at this point, just because Blink obviously so lost within all of these changes. They are looking pretty good though. One cohesive side on Overpass, and in turn they will pick up their 5th, the 4-round lead, and you can only guess it's going to continue to go on, just because Blink in general not exactly looking their best, and in terms of utility, better than the last, don't get me wrong, but it sure isn't Copenhagen Flames who are sitting, you know, 3-4 rounds deep, financially gaining all of those pennies in the world.
Going for a creep. Loses his head. Key opener once again found by Copenhagen Flames. And it comes very early. It comes very easy. No trade of information or damage. It's pretty much the perfect first kill for a team, so Copenhagen Flames can be very happy with that and now have the run of the mill, 1 minute and 10 left, and they can kind of go wherever they like.
Dropped in, Hooksy, goes down, nice from Zyphon, blind, did he even get away with running? Too high, had to swing for a trade, but he decides to stand strong in the short control. Roy's got him covered as they bolster that one-man advantage. Bomb drops in, Opsy looking in the ground, scurrying for the AK, and just like that, it feels like Blink are short-lived even for their next buy, because Copenhagen Flames up to 6, finally retrieving the bomb. Zyphon lining himself up to throw that perfect heaven smoke. Behind it stands GXX, but in front of it goes the AWP. And well, that will be a quick pickup. I like the idea, 1v2, you have to go for something bonkers. Probably one of the crazier things I've seen in one of these situations here, Scriv. But my friend, sometimes these weird antics show, and Blink, they need rounds. Another buy that goes bust. 6, the golden number, as I talked about, in 7 rounds. Not looking too good here for the boys in blue.
Oh. GXX trying to go for one round the corner. Not going to happen. Bit of damage onto Roy has occurred. I think an early shot towards middle, it looks like. Going to try and flash in as well on the CT side. So hoping that he was still there. Not going to be the case. Meanwhile, in from short B Should be an easy one here. MP9 caught completely off guard. Really solid read because it's a very common position in rounds like this. Kaylee's bugged out with the no recoil, so that looks kind of arcadey. Either way, finds a quick headshot, will be traded out. The B-bomb site looking pretty open. Nico Odos, P250, doesn't need the orb. He's feeling a little better. He's using all the different types of weapons in this round. And, well, it's paying dividends, I suppose. Synopsy, the only one left.
Interesting. Do be stinging a bit. I think, as you said, Nicodol's just having fun. You know when you like press F2 in CS, right, and it just buys you a random gun and you just you roll with it. It feels like he's doing that right now. You know, he's like, orb, check. P250, yeah, I'll have a kill with that. AK, yeah, go on, why not? Just have a bit of fun with it, and there you go. Throw in his beloved rifle out of the map, just denying Synopsy of upgrading from the M4. Chalked up, quite easy to say, a script, 7-1. You know, it's quite the time to be alive. Copenhagen Flames starting to show their strength once more, and admittedly, of course, for those maybe that didn't know their history within ESL Challenger League, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. Their first game, of course, was against Akimbo. For those maybe that don't know Akimbo, it's Haji, Maka, Kios, Python, the LDLC boys, I think is the way we can put that quite simply. And since then, obviously, do or die, as we said in the pre-show, Scriv, as I sort of summed up, the doomsday, of course, being whoever loses this back in advance. Goodbye Premier, goodbye Challenger League, goodbye anything that you worked for or within. You got another season to try out. Synopsy opening up with a double though, so Blink at least showing signs of life, but of course, standing on my high horse, I think it's safe to say Copenhagen Flames not their first rodeo in this sense, because a 5-on-3 and, you know, one wrong kill could get out of hand, and Zyphon might have just delivered exactly that.
They're really trying on the Blink side, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like, the is a lot of difficulty, I think, with some of the moves that they're making. The overall round looks good, but something like that is just like, come on, man, like, as if he's below me already. So we'll see here. They do need to be careful. Flash out towards Monster. Nothing coming. Zyphon, patience, Scaly. Ooh, gonna be watching for it, but Zyphon flicks across. Goodness me, that is fast. 3 HP as he gets dinked up himself, right? AK, he's dead. But because it's an M4, he gets that not even half a second to flick across and find the frag. 3 versus 3 now, and of course we've got a deep push in towards A from Roy, hoping to get a catch off. Not going to happen though. Galito standing strong. 30 seconds left. 3 HP for Zyphon. Hoosie's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, and well, he's at the back with the flash, so sending Zyphon in, and he's got too many targets. GXX manages to survive. Galito gets the kill as he becomes unblinded. Hootsie now going to be the only one left, and a great little move from Galito to make sure that he goes down. As you can see from Retro's noise, from the spin around of Galito at the end, they are very happy to be back on the board and get a rifle in there that's pretty convincing.
Nice! Celebrate, you know, get the confetti cannons out. Blink getting themselves a second on the board, no longer in a horrible situation. I think it was it Copenhagen Flames to take the pistol? No, it was actually GXX winning the 1v1, wasn't it, with a kit? So yeah. It was actually 7 in a row from the force buy for the Flames. Finally, Blink to disrupt. Problem is, of course, as I mentioned, the dollar signs for the T side looking pretty darn strong right now, Scriv. You know, they're not exactly hiding away from another buy, and instead now it's Blink that stand on their last leg once more. Yabby, a nice way to kick off round 10. Swift headshot, gaily caught out. And well, now Blink, of course, putting their shields up, throwing the util, trying to deny the entry towards B. Copenhagen Flames already well out of it, so letting them burn all this util in the world and actually not being punished for it whatsoever.
This would be another kind of worst case scenario, you know what I mean? This round is probably more important than the last. So you got to keep that victory going. The cash injections ultimately need to keep coming. Roy. Not a bad position to be in.
Nice.
Galito ready for it though. Yeah, really clean. Really well read. Quick switch across, you know. Whoa! Very much ready for it. Zyphon with the knife out again, man.
I think that was
they
panic.
Need banning. They need banning.
I think that was panic.
banning. Maybe that he was stood there like with a nade out or something. But I don't know, mate.
I think it was like knife out trying to run to his teammate on long, and like obviously like didn't expect him to be there. Nicely done from too high. But yeah, I think that one was a little more excusable than the rest. But I do agree, they are getting a bit more than a bit quirky. They're not doing it for economical reasons. Just getting in each other's heads, it feels like, you know? Just like, yeah, maybe, you know, you can knife me, but have that kind of thing. So, who knows, my friend? Who knows? But yeah, knife. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, in rotation, he wouldn't have made all that noise behind him if he was going for the knife, you know? He wouldn't want him to turn around. I think it was a genuine rotation, but just a little bit unfortunate.
Yes, indeed. Copenhagen Flames getting some unluck themselves. They are still 4 rounds ahead on this T side. You know, it's a really, really good spot to be in. If they can consistently get the bomb plants now as well, you know, the money's not going to look too bad. Too high on the jump up. Loses 10 HP, but he doesn't lose his head, importantly. So we'll see what the move is here. Copenhagen Flames a bit faster with the presence, but still not going for a rush, not going for a contact play. They just want to get the bathroom's control, and it looks like they will. Blink, meanwhile, going to rotate players across. They're pretty heavily stacked on B early on, actually, so maybe expecting a rush, but it never comes. And, yeah, we're left with the slow burn flashes round corners here from the Flames.
Silence. Synopsy. That was weird. Like, if you didn't see whose team he was on, I thought it was like some bonkers trigger discipline, but of course, only looking at his teammate's head, admiring the Kevlar he's put on. 45 seconds left. The clock forever ticking down, and so for Copenhagen Flames, of course, it is a time bomb to when they pull the pin on this execute. Galito playing in the close divider angle, trying to pull off his best impression of Elige. Unfortunately, Hooksy all too smart about that one. The AWP, of course, finding the entry on the back of the site. Synopsy needs to see more than just the one, my friend, and unfortunately, he will not live to tell the tale. Blink down to 2, and against all 4 remaining players of Copenhagen Flames, I think the smart decision would be to wave goodbye to this one and simply see a save.
It's so harsh on the CT side as well, man. I think if they can save, yeah, they might have been able to buy into it. Without the save, it becomes a very difficult decision, and I don't think Kaylee's making it out of here. Yeah, down he goes to Xiphon. So, 8th round on the board. Copenhagen Flames not necessarily going to full-on break the bank, but you can see Kaylee very, very poor. Galito not the most amount of money either, so they might just go for a half here. I think they kind of have to send it and try and stay hot on the heels, but Copenhagen Flames, it just felt kind of inevitable, didn't it? You know, the 3rd round, I think, was a little luckier with the whole rotation thing, and the 2nd round that Blink won was relatively well put together, but they just can't keep it rolling. Consistency. It's lacking on this map. It does make sense with their lack of experience on it, so we'll see here. Great little move coming in from Nico Odos, catching Galito off guard. GXX has managed to find a kill of his own out towards long, though. Nico Odos just clearing the angles and then maybe going to give it a tackle in just a second. Needs to be very careful. There's 2 players around there. But so far, we are 1 for 1.
Yabi. He'll find one out towards B. Oh, Yabi, a second as well. And, well, that becomes quite the pickle to be in if you are Blink, because another round that probably could have been yours. You know, it's sort of the minute 30 mark. We were kind of like, okay, probably one of the better starts that Blink have had. And then, of course, ka-ching. Copenhagen Flames cash in their lovely little pay slip, and this time it is Yabi to send his team to success for a 9th. And, well, by the looks of things, GXX 1-on-3, AWP in hand. Definitely not going for the round. I'm just wondering now, the big question that I'm pondering upon, is Xiphon going to get his head taken off? No. He instead will find all the body shots in the world, and GXX's AWP is no more. Copenhagen Flames up to 9. And, well, more than just half-time success here, Scrub. Feels like already we're maybe chalking this one up to be quite the swift BO3.
Maybe, you know, it just unfortunately at the moment speaks for itself. Blink, you want to try and give them what you can, and like I've been saying throughout, I think that Too High had some really nice moments on the first map. GXX had some fantastic moments on the first map, right? They do have these individuals, but the overall team play is just not quite there yet, and I think they need to take maybe if they want to keep this together, right? Who knows what's going on, because we've seen like the older members getting back together or something. I think they maybe need to take like a week or so and just really work out what's going on, because at the moment, as we've talked about, they are just spamming the games, and for me that's probably going to exacerbate some of the issues that you've already got, right? Rather than they're not just going to magically fix themselves. So yeah, it's a really weird time. Don't really know what's going on with the roster though at the same time, so is it worth even doing that, right? Either way, we're sat here, talked over the action. Yeah, I understand Caster talk about game. Well, it was the half buy, and it looked good for Copenhagen Flames. No madness coming in. Too High will be left by himself, and he's probably going to stay that way and try and save the AK. Ooh, 7 HP. He definitely will now.
Oh, hello. Unfortunately, the elbow is the end of your soul, leaking blood all over the floor or whatever it may be. It's not a leg shot. It'll be enough. Blink now conceding double digits here. Scriv does feel like a little bit lost, and I think that the same sort of repetitiveness will concur until the end of this half, being that Copenhagen Flames are trampling over them. Not even like a speed bump in the road at this point. It's like down the motorway kind of business. They're just blasting right by. For Blink now, I guess for them it's about a big recovery on a very difficult T side. Zyphon in connector to kick off this round, looking for his first, and unfortunately Synopsy positioning was, you know, at least the right idea. Unfortunately the timing not so much on his side. Nice spam from Kelly in response, but unfortunately not meant to be. Dropping the nade to see if his short player can pick anything up, but well out of harm's way. Easy 5-on-4 accomplished. Kelly does just go down. Too High's double, though, will put things in a fairly uncomfortable 3-on-3.
Presence out towards B here. Galito. Ooh, got to be very careful. In and around the pillar. I was going to say I don't think he's ready, but he just has the advantage there. Moving around, you know, the cylindrical surface, right eye peak. It's very awkward for a player that stood still to track you properly. So, problematic here, of course. No bomb. They were hoping to come in from a different avenue of attack. It doesn't work. And I think this three-man setup looks pretty impenetrable, especially with a low HP Zyphon. I'm going to try and boost, maybe. I don't really know what your options are here on the Copenhagen Flames side. You know, you've got money. It's the tail end of the half, so you just try and go for it. But, like, yeah, like, what are you going to do about an angle like this? You take him down, and then you just walk straight into an AWP. So it's very, very difficult there for them. Really well put together in the final moments from Blink to get themselves that fourth. And pretty important, right? The 11-4 is, worst case scenario, doable. Just verging on that kind of side of inevitable or needing an insane comeback. It still would need a pretty damn good one, but 11-4 is a bit more workable than the 12-3.
Do not judge Zonic's law. He's basically saying all you got to do is win the pistol, win the buy, and win the buy after that, and you're basically there, you know? Easy business.
That sounds pretty easy.
Exactly, especially against, you know, challenger qualifying major team Copenhagen Flames, you know? Slice of cake, mate. In this one, round 15, the last of the half, of course, the big question, the flip of the coin is, are we going to see the 11-4 or the 10-5? Of course, 10-5 a lot more manageable. Yabby, I don't know how he hasn't been spotted. GXX possibly could have spotted the legs, but doesn't opt to shoot. Instead, backing away, smoke dropped, giving themselves that space towards Monster. They're more than happy to do that one. Who knows? For now, just trying to work back this advantage that Copenhagen Flames once had.
Yeah, there for a second, but slipped away from them. I don't know, they've just been kind of sending the feelers out. There's not been that many post-plant situations. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's been a very weird game. Who'd have thunk, you know, off the back of our first map and sort of the situation Blink find themselves in. Great flash over the top, though, to start the burst out. Synopsy, back of the site, goes a bit too wide and will end up being traded. GXX is here, but he burns Could have been massive if he got a re-peek off, but he doesn't. And of course, now just Haley against 2. In the smoke is Roy. Down he goes, and we're denied another post plant of any kind. So that will be that. 11-4 at the turn of the half. Looking good for Copenhagen Flames. Should be enough for them to work with, especially because they're going into their CT side, which for me, I think you've got a bit more of a preference on the overpass. And you know, if they can get the economy working, if they can cleanly survive the pistol and that kind of thing, then we're in a pretty good position. We'll have to see, though. Half number 2 coming up in a few. Blink, they need a bit of a miracle.
Hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half underway, of course. Nikodos is not planting. He is the one defusing, because the halftime turn leaves Copenhagen Flames on their map pick on the CT side. And, well, 11-4 the scoreline, meaning the pistol the only thing to keep Blink up from losing this BO3. And, of course, see you later in advance next season. That is the do or die for this one. Of course, I'm Retro, joined by Script, taking you through probably the last half here of Group B. And, well, yes, I think Scriv's safe to say at this point in time we are hoping for an absolute miracle if you want to see that decider.
Well, it's got to start here, right? Blink on the pistol. They've got an idea for the B-bomb side. They've worked a little something, but the short player's going to get ripped apart. Oh, no, and the monster players don't even make it into the bloody tunnel. Okay, that is,
Ouch.
yes. Disgustingly beautiful, isn't it? Depends on which way you look at it. They were more than ready, of course, with 4 players there. Ripped apart.
Well.
Ripped apart. And I think that might just set the tone. No bomb plant means it is indeed the force, but not a very good one. So if they can survive this on the side of Copenhagen Flames, not Nico Odoz planting, right? That's not the team name. The old hood messing us about a bit, but it doesn't really matter because they go charging in. Everybody dies. Nico Odoz is certainly fragging. That's for
not
sure.
Not planting. Yeah, at the top, you know, Nikodos is planting. No, he's not, mate. He's
killing
planting
everybody.
the seed to allow Copenhagen Flames to grow. That's what's going on.
Right.
There you go.
There we go. We're back to
He's
Copenhagen
done
Flames.
defusing, mate. That was the longest defuse in Counter-Strike history. Get that one in the record books. All of that lovely stuff. And here we are, mate. Quick turnaround on that. Back to the eco here for Blink. 13-4 down, and I think it's safe to say, Scriv, we'll be saying our goodbyes in just a few minutes because it has been quite the one-sided affair.
It's hard, man. It's hard, you know. I know that there's a little bit, maybe people in the chat are always like, you know, cast a bias and stuff like that, but it's really hard in a scenario like this to not beat around the bush. Yeah, you've got to kind of understand the nuance if you are watching. That, you know, this is not a map that Blink play very much. Well, at all with this roster, in fact, and very much before that. Usually, I would go as far to say pretty much every time that you're on a map that you're not very comfortable with, it is your T side that suffers. That's where you need a little more coordination, a little more sort of instinctiveness where you don't necessarily have to say, I'm going here, I'm doing this. You can just say, we're going to do this round, and you know your part to play in that round, right? Whereas on the CT side, if you're not as sure of the map, you just kind of play your spot. You might change the setup a little bit and say, yo, do you want to go here and I'll go here, right? But ultimately, you have your overall role. Are you the monster guy? Are you the rotator? Are you the anchor? You know, we get an aggressive short this round. Okay, cool. I know that flash because it's my job to know that flash.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, GXX wants to bring it back to numero uno. Star of the show here. Creating some space for the bomb plant. Synopsy is planting. And Synopsy is also fragging. Okie dokie. Nico Odos is not the only one that can get it done. 2 versus 2 looks way more doable.
Oh, big damage. Roy just about surviving. GXX's M4 now in a 1-on-2. No smoke, just the kit on Xiphon. Of course, the higher HP player having to take the fight. GXX up close, plant pop position, Roy to tap it, he's going to hear the little zap, that means they're off, he will find one, dink down, GXX, got to tuck your head, bomb still ticking, Xiphon, does he have the time, it's going to be mighty close, it's very, very close, yes, he does, Copenhagen Flames a whisker away from losing out on a 5th, but one step closer to 16, it is 14-4.
Alright. That's what we like, though. A little bit of spice, a little bit of heat in there somewhere, because Copenhagen Flames, speaking of heat, I didn't even do that on purpose.
This guy's so funny. Forget casting, mate. Get into stand-up.
Yeah, maybe. CSGO stand-up could be a thing.
I'll tell you what, that's a great content idea, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's mine. Okay, TM.
Yoink.
No, but anyway, we want something a bit more exciting because Blink have been getting walks all over in every other round, and well, it just kind of begins here again. Solo peek from Nico Odos, right? Easy frag. Yabi just walking up short, finds a guy by himself. Yeah, 5-on-3 just like that. Copenhagen Flames not really all that bothered. Haley's not playing CS right now. He's playing GoldenEye with the 0 recoil bug. I love this bug. It looks so funny when it happens. He does manage to find a kill there as well. Cost him a fair chunk of his HP, but they've got a kill. They've forced Nico Odos to back away, also on low HP. It's a bit of control for Blink. They just don't have the manpower.
Alrighty. I mean, more doable than most. Blink being on that T-side man disadvantage doesn't exactly spell success. Oh, clunk. Nade hitting the head. Not nice. Nikodos. It's going to be a lump in the morning, isn't it? You know? Not looking too good for him. But of course, a 2-on-4. I sort of blabble over another kill coming in. And yeah, Screv, I feel like, you know, at this point in time, Blink needs some rethinking. I think it's excusable with all the change that's gone on. And for this team to sort of put together a fairly respectable back and forth on Ancient, I've got to at least, you know, take my hat off for them on that front. Overpass, we knew coming into it, Copenhagen Flames were going to run through them. Maybe not at this pace and at this much success, but we absolutely knew it was going to happen at one point or another. And, well, looking like it is going to be a 16-4 because GXX to save, everyone else's money is to the bottom dollar. And, well, Overpass seems to be our last, and Inferno may not be needed unless Blink, you know, a big unless. 11 in a row, mate, you know? Happened to me once when I was, you know, in Gold Nova matchmaking. Why can't it happen here?
True. Very true. I have lost plenty of games like this in my time, so we will have to see. But Copenhagen Flames, you know, it's why they pay them the big bucks, really, is so that they don't allow comebacks like this to happen. We're going to see a cheeky contact flash play in through Monster. Molly to back it up. They are indeed blind, but, you know, it's not that hard. You just sort of point and click at the general area that you reckon they're coming from. 3 quick kills for Yabi. GXX will find Roy, but he was on the info hunt, really. 4-on-2 to keep the game alive.
Alright, well, I feel like this just about does it, right? We were waiting for this moment probably for a few rounds now. Nice shot from Nikodos. All down to GXX, and listen, man, his AWP has been sharp, but probably not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know? So I throw that reference in there just because, why not? Listen, I've had a little bit of time to think about this one coming because Copenhagen Flames a slow start, but man, do they look strong here on Overpass. And as I said, I feel like the beginning of the end. GXX, your time is near. He's got the bomb, but against 4 players, it's not looking too likely. Here's the flash. He's like, they're going up, they're going down. What's the problem? Either way, Nikodos has the tag. And, well, I think it's safe to say the nade. Oh, not quite doing it. He's got the knife out, probably typing in chat, come kill me. I'm done. I'm dusted. And Copenhagen Flames. Nice 2-0. Easy does it, Scriv, and easily pushing the boat out and finding themselves at least one more chance at making playoffs. If not, that win there secures themselves another shot at Challenger League Season 41. So, of course...
Yes.